Hey, welcome back to Civil War Relics, and today I'm going to be talking about the Ordnance Corps. So, the Ordnance Branch, or the Ordnance Corps, is one of the oldest military branches in the U.S. Army. It was founded on May 1812. However, like the duties and the responsibilities of the profession date back to the colonial era. In 1629, the Massachusetts Bay Colony appointed Samuel Sharp as the first master gunner of ordnance. And originally, these buttons, they didn't say Ordnance Corps around them. They just had the two cannons that you see there and then the bomb right in the middle. But back to the Ordnance Corps. During the Civil War, the Ordnance Department was called upon to equip an army of unprecedented size. It furnished 90 million pounds of lead, 13 million pounds of artillery projectiles, and 26 million pounds of powder for the Union Army for 1 million soldiers um, to achieve this impressive goal. The Ordnance Department started to staff civilians, and the number increased from 1,000 to 9,000 by the war's end. Women were especially sought after to work in the ammunition plants due to the contemporary perception that a woman's nimble and petite fingers work better at assembling paper rifle cartridges. Consequently, Consequently, when there was an explosion at two of the arsenals, there was a high percentage of female fatalities. Out of the explosion at the arsenal, 78 civilian workers were killed, and 71 of them were women. Um, that's pretty sad. They put civilians to work like that and then die in an explosion. Ordnance responsibilities were tasked out to soldiers who had, excuse me, who had previous training in like smithing or ordnance related skills, building cannons and stuff like that. Um, these soldiers remained with their units, but were provided with a set of tools from the Ordnance Department um, to perform ordnance duties on cannons like the Rodman cannon is a Civil War era cannon, and I believe it's named after a Civil War era general too, as well. Um, there weren't very many ordnance officers that accepted lines of duties, but we have a Major General Oliver O. Howard who won the Medal of Honor at the Battle of Fair Oaks in 1862. And then there's a man named Jesse Reno who was killed at the Battle of South Mountain in 1862 as well. Most officers remained in the Ordnance Department, and that's how they rose to ranks serving as ordnance officers for the Army of the Potomac and stuff like that. The Confederacy, we had an ordnance department too, and it was ran by a man named Josiah Gorgas, and he resigned from the Union and he joined the Confederacy on April 8th of 1861, and he was given charge of the Richmond, Virginia Ordnance Department, and he rose to rank of brigadier general by the end of the Civil War, and that's like the second highest rank, I believe. Um, you know, uh, Josiah Gorgas Ordnance Bureau is one of the Confederacy's success stories. Until the final surrender, like this man kept the Confederacy so supplied with ammunition that at the end of the battle, with the Army of Northern Virginia surrender at Appomattox, the soldiers walked around for days without eating, but they all had 75 rounds of ammunition strapped to the side of them. Um, so yeah, this is a really really cool button, and it's made by a company called Scoville and Waterbury. You can see that right on there very clearly. Uh, I don't think this one's going to be faked very often, but still, this is a pretty expensive button for what it is. It's around a $200 button, for a non-dug one in this really nice condition right here. Um, and if you collect artillery stuff like I do, this makes a really nice addition to your artillery collection. Um, so this is my Ordnance Core button, and I'm glad I got to share it with you guys. And thanks for watching.